Hello everyone, and welcome to another episode on the Racco Strength and Fitness channel. Before we get started, please don't forget to hit the like button, and if you learned something useful, please subscribe to the channel for more strength and fitness info. Let's get that YouTube algorithm working for me a little bit. Now, today I would like to talk about another specific sect in the training world. I've previously done videos on hypertrophy and plyometric training. Today I would like to focus on isometric training. I truly feel that isometric training is a grossly overlooked part of the training world. So much so that I would actually wager that a decent percentage of you out there watching or listening may not even know what I'm talking about. If that's the case, I'm glad you tuned in. Let's take a look. So again, if we are channeling our inner ancient Greek, isometric literally breaks down into two root words. Isos, or isos, which means equal, and metric, meaning measure. So put it together and we have isometric, which means of equal measure. What this is describing is the muscle length throughout the exercise. As you probably already know, most exercise is based around movement. And to move, muscles need to change length or contract. Isometric training is training without muscle movement or without muscles changing length. This is because the contractile force of the muscle is equal to the resistive force. Think about pushing against a brick wall. As hard as you're going to push, that wall is going to push back equally as hard, and no one's going to go anywhere. This is isometric training. For starters, it's cheap. You don't need any expensive equipment or even a gym membership to perform isometric training. All you need is a wall or your own body weight. Now, this by no means is confirmed, but it actually makes a lot of sense as to why isometric training doesn't seem to get the sort of commercial following that maybe it should. It's very difficult to monetize if you literally need nothing in order to do it. Another reason to start incorporating isometric training, and this is going to speak more towards the actual benefits of the training, is the ability to promote more motor units than typical muscle action. In fact, in an article published in the 2001 Journal of Applied Physiology, it was found that isometric exercise was able to recruit up to 95.2% of a muscle group, while typical concentric and eccentric contractions recruited up to 88.3%. Another benefit of isometric training is its effect on your tendons. In a different article of the same journal, it was also found that isometric training was able to increase the stiffness of an individual's tendons. Now remember, your tendons are the tissue that attaches your muscle to your bones. Stiff tendons are strong tendons, whereas when we overstretch, our tendons lose stiffness and are now more susceptible to injury. Isometrics have also been shown to boost endurance, especially when held for over a minute in time. Isometrics are also incredibly mentally taxing. They aren't the same type of challenging lifting something heavy is. Some people legitimately cannot lift 300 pounds. We all have strength limitations, but for the most part, everyone can push against a wall, and most people can hold themselves up on their toes. The real challenge comes from the mental taxation that comes when your muscles start to fatigue and burn. This is also key in helping to improve the mind-muscle connection of your body, a true connection that allows muscles to contract maximally, more easily, and efficiently when told to by the brain. Finally, isometric training is impact-free. This means if you're already in a position where you have joint pain or damage, isometric training is fairly easy on those joints, as there are no weights that need to be supported or moved. This is going to be a bit more of an open-ended section, so I do want to apologize beforehand. Usually I have a pretty good reason for when I recommend certain exercises and where. In my experience, isometrics being the mental challenge that they are, leaves us with a little more wiggle room for differences of opinion. Some people may benefit from doing isometric training in the beginning of their session. This makes sense if you want to be fresh and get them out of the way. But if your goal is to build maximal strength, you want to be freshest for your big lifts. This means that you would want to do your isometric training after those lifts have been completed. Some people may only want to do isometric training on its own without added weights or cardio. All three of these are viable options, just so long as you can justify why you've chosen the path you decided to take. That's all for me, everyone. I hope you were able to learn something that you'll be able to apply in your future training. Don't forget to like this video, share it with your friends, and subscribe to my channel for more training content in the future. Happy training, everyone, and remember, grab the bull by the tusks.